Hey, what's up, Dean? Super Performance. We're at the shop today, sweating. It is hot today, but we are cranking out on the airboat. Kind of where I left off was like getting the sensors in. So pretty much like everything is wired up. Man, it looks like a mess right now, but I haven't gone through and loomed anything or zip tied anything over, like just rough zip tied everything. But all the fuel lines are done, the fuel pressure sensors in, oil pressure sensors in. We did get the Hyperspark distributor, which are like super easy to install. Basically, you do top dead center on number 1 on the compression stroke, and then you drop the distributor in and point it to number 1, and they give you this clear cap that's keyed right there. It's hard to see it, but right here, this notch is actually like a key, and in the top of the distributor there's 2 pins that this sits in. So when I looked at it, like, this is a screw hole, and then on the other side over here is a screw hole, and the rotor points forward. So I basically set the distributor so that the cap, the screws, you know, and everything are like across from each other. So there's 1 screw there and 1 screw there, so that it's sitting that way. The nice thing about it is that it does come with the adapter harness, this piece here, that plugs into the distributor and then plugs directly into the Sniper, and then you have a 12-volt key on, which temporarily for now, till I get the weird Toyota fuse to fill this last spot, I just ran this wire down into the bus block on the, like, I guess you could say key on. This is basically our key, this fuse breaker. So the key on turns the switch panel on, and then off the switch panel I tied the little USB panel that has its own little switch. It's not screwed in yet, but it does work. Everything works on it, and it has good 2.1 amp ports, both ports, so it does fast charge the phone. I built the little box, and I ended up bolting it through this other box. I was gonna weld it, but I ended up bolting it. Yesterday I kind of ran out of things to do with the engine, not having the distributor, so I started getting the LEDs wired in, and there was a lot of them. So it's a lot of, there's under the seat here, back up there, under the seat there. Then I found under here, and each strip is a different color, so it's red and yellow, red and yellow, red and yellow. Then you got a whole bunch under here, red and yellow, red and yellow, red and yellow. Then you've got the navigation light up top, that little dinky one. These are also navigation, front navigation. So one side is green, one side is red. His old one was broke like somewhere right around in here, and it was kind of flopped over, so I threw a new one on there for him, and then stuck a couple of stickers on it that match with what the switches are. So this is navigation lights, which these worked yesterday. Hi. Oh, I see what I did. Yeah, I yep. All right, so I gotta extend those, but they do work. I just have to extend them. But there's the floodlight, the little light up on top. There's something wrong with like a wire or the ground or something on it. The spotlight works, so all of that stuff works. The bilge pump, you can kind of hear it, it's working. Then these were LEDs. I don't know if any of them will turn on. No, none of them will turn on right at the moment. because I didn't quite get them. This one was LEDs too, and none of those right now. So we still got some work to do on that, but I did end up changing some of the pins to the other relay I had, so that the starter I can trigger. So now I got the starter on a relay, and the Holley, which you hear the pump come on, the Holley comes on. I already updated the firmware, updated the handheld, and loaded a file I did on the laptop through the Sniper software. I already loaded, excuse me, I loaded a file in that I made for it. So this is literally, that's the second key on today with the distributor in. We don't need fans, so let's see if we can, sensors. So we got map, coolant temp, throttle position, ignition timing, duty cycle, battery. We don't, so let's change. We'll change probably battery and duty cycle on this one. So -3, okay. Change channels. No, dang it. So change layout. We'll do layout 7. Change gauges. So we have RPM. And then over here we'll do coolant. Coolant temp sensor. Digital small, yeah, fine. Then we'll look for oil pressure. Don't know if it'll give it to me. Oh, there they are. Custom, I believe oil is custom 1. Then we'll do custom 2. It should be fuel pressure. It won't matter whichever way they are. Do air fuel ratio. Ignition timing. IAC. Oh, jumped through a bunch there, eh? So that looks like that's kind of the main ones. Yeah. So I don't know what I just chose, but -3. Okay. So custom 1 and custom 2. So yeah, that must be oil pressure, that's fuel pressure. So let's try and see if it'll come up for us. Yep. So fuel pressure is close to like 60 pounds. I don't have the reference line on it, but this is literally like the first time turning it over on the Sniper. If I did my job right, it should pretty much fire right off. So I need to, here's the thing about an airboat. Airboat's always on a trailer. Not always on a trailer, but it's usually on a trailer, which roll pretty easy. Done it a few times and I don't want to hit the C10. So look here, GM provides you with a wheel chuck for one side. Throw an old balancer under that side. Oh, look at here, look at here. 2 GM wheel chucks. All right. So, yeah. Now, let's see what happens. The fuel pressure's dropped down, but let's see if we can't get it to fire off. Not seeing fuel pressure. I see oil pressure. Okay. So I don't have fuel pressure. I'll check one thing and I'll be right back. Okay, so what I found, the relay's clicking. You know, the Holley controls the fuel pump, the fuse is in line, the relay's in line. And then I came over to the fuel pump because it wasn't turned on, and it's literally the positive cables like wiggling around. Either I didn't get it tight enough, or it does look, pushing buttons. It's actually the negative, sorry, but yep. Okay, so now let's see what happens. Yay. Hee hee. Haha. Something not working. Sounds like I don't have spark, which could be the way I have the NSD wired in, but I wired it in, I believe, same as with the instructions. Let's see what the box does. So 7 flashes on the box. So the box blinking was actually the cylinder select switch was, I had changed it to 8 for some reason. I don't know why, but it's supposed to be on 2. Now the light stays solid red, but the battery's kind of dead, so it won't really crank good. Got a little poof poof out of it, but yeah. So I am going to grab some jumper cables or battery tender. I'll probably end up just grabbing a battery tender and sticking it on there for now. But yeah, I'm gonna kind of end off here because I'm gonna head out and come back Monday. I have a bunch of the barrel connectors come in. There was something else. Yeah, there was something else. I can't remember what it is, but there was something else that was supposed to come. Jeez, I can't remember. But I did get the transducer for the wastegate. That's the Amazon part number. It's a 0 to 100 psi, 0.5 volt to 4.5 volt, not 0 to 5 volt. So that goes in the wastegate, gets wired in. I'm just trying to think through everything. The only wire I have left to do is the 2-step. I didn't wire in the button. I'm gonna wire in the button probably to the front of the switch panel. And then I just got to run the input along after I get everything cleaned up a little bit. And then for now, oh, and then I got to make a mount for the handheld, which for now we decided to stay with this handheld. And then later on, what I'm going to do is make kind of a mount for the handheld to be removable. Like at the actual handheld, it'll be removable, like a bolt or something like that. Kind of like I did this rudder arm. Then this way here, we don't have to change the mount. We just come back and change the platform that the screen sits on, and he can get, you know, later on if he wants the bigger screen, he can get the bigger screen, and go from there. But that's kind of it for now. I'm going to double check the firing order, just to make sure that I got it all right, and then get a little battery charger on this and head out of here. So for now, I appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified of new videos, and we will see you in the next one. Have a good day. Okay, I ended the video off. I did the outro, did everything, but I don't like to leave things alone. So I ended up checking the firing order on the cap. I had all that right. Went online to the instructions for the Sniper. They have a more thorough instruction online. For some reason, they don't give it to you. There was a couple of settings in the box in the tuning that needed to be changed. So I did that. It's like inductive relay and reference angle. So I did those. Still didn't help. Took the plug out, made a jumper wire for the starter, made sure I was on compression stroke, and I was 180 degrees out. So I don't know if I rushed it or what, but I got that reset, used the clear cap. I'm gonna try it again. I have not tried it, so honestly I don't know if it's just gonna puff and blow a bunch of smoke or what's gonna happen, but let's see. So you can see it's going really lean at idle right now. Oil pressure's good. Fuel pressure's good. So yeah. So before I get too carried away and blow the thing out the back of the shop, it starts. Like if you get everything right, it starts right up. Obviously there's a bunch of adjustments that need to be made, bunch of things I need to finish up. I have to double check the timing. Like you have to do all these things, but if you do everything right, it'll work. That's just a simple fact. And I didn't bring my laptop to try and play with anything, so I can't really do that. But I mean, it runs. So I will finish everything up. Now that I know everything works and it runs and does all what it's supposed to do, I will finish up all the wiring, get it all loomed up, and come back with like more of a tuning video and have the boat actually hitched onto a vehicle so I don't blow away. But that's it for now. I appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified of new videos, and have a good day.